We could also have something where you actually need to do more platforming, sort of back and forth. Just like a big goddamn scavenger hunt level. So be like, well, what's the fastest route? I have no clue. So would the fastest route be? Like something like this. Could work. Call this one watch your step. Would this one be pachinko? Let's see, could we do like some ramps? So if we had ramps, what's nice about ramps? We can actually get like a big ass jump. So maybe that's what we should do is do like some sort of big ramp, and then you've got to make the jump at exactly the right, like the right second to get everything. So we'll call this one the jump. Let's see. Another one that might be interesting would be some sort of air control challenge, such as basically what you've got are these things, and what you want to do is maybe we've got a kind of a platform here, and you want to fall down at the right speed. So you'd fall down and then go zhoo, 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 and you could wall jump up this thing, But it'd be best if you like collected them all at once. So it'd be like this wall jumping sort of challenge, which might be interesting. So you could go dang, 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 dang. And then, you know, have like some easy ones. So you just like fall straight down and you collect all the shit. People like predictable stuff. So, we'll just do another climb. And these will be like simple wall jump challenges. You know, just dunk, 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 dunk sort of thing where, you know, might not even have stuff to collect. You know what would be better is if instead of the first one being like straight up and down, you know, it was like we have a little bit of a different stuff. Hello, the one and only Tim. Welcome, sir. So if we just had something where like you fell off just straight on the first one, that'd be easier, right? So and if this one was just like a fall off straight and then like a just a guide over and then down, something like that. Moving platforms aren't going to be in here. Moving platforms aren't going to be in here because of if you have a platform that's moving, it is expected that your player moves along with it. So moving platforms are a bit more difficult than you might expect from a programming standpoint, because if you jump on a moving platform and you're moving relative to it, it needs to work properly, right? So that's not going to happen. So I've got timed platforms, but not moving ones. So for this segment, we could do kind of a back and forth sort of thing, right? Could work. It'd be nice to have little signs or something here that are telling us what to do. So a little sign that says, you know, do the thing. I think just a simple climb here will work. I really like the wall jumping climb stuff that we have right now. Just like that first section that you just jump, jump, jump. That seems to work pretty well. I've been pretty happy with that one. On this one, we could do something. We could do something interesting with this. As in, we could do something where another pattern would be where, you know, it goes back and forth, but then it goes back and forth again. So basically, the final section is just walled off, right? And what you do is you basically go up and down the same thing, and we just put stuff in there. So it might be faster to fall twice through the same area. I don't know. Be interesting. This one, I guess, falling with style. Would that be a good name for this one? Alright, I think that's enough on this level. Alright, so this one is the Caverns 1. Yeah, I guess having some sort of timed wall section could work. Like if we had a kind of a timed wall jump climb, I could see that working. Kind of a, a vertical section. And have it so like this is impossible to make. You have to get up and get ready. Oh, for work? That horrible thing that you actually have. How terrible. Well, we could have a few maybe safe sections here. Something like I could see a safe section here where you can jump to it, maybe. It'd kind of be nice to have something where you had to do a few. Like a kind of a wall slide jump sort of area. But why don't we keep the theme of timed platforms somehow here? I say a lot of things. Now, what would be the other thing? It would be if, like, a timed platform falling section, such as, what if we kind of turn this on its head? Such as we've got a kind of a falling section here. And what we have are kind of these. So basically what you would do would be you'd get up here, you'd come across, and then, it would be like this. You could fall through the whole thing very easily. But basically there are these time platforms here that stop you. Because that'd be different. It's kind of different. It'd be the time platform stopping you as opposed to the time platforms helping you out. Kind of turn the time platform thing on its head. It would be kind of interesting to have a time platform section where all of it's time platforms. Like, could have a section where something like this, and imagine these teal ones are on a different schedule. And what would the thing be? It would be like jump on the teal ones would be the best option, something like that. Let's see how it works. Alright, so this one will be about timing. So what about these guys? I like the idea of having something in here be a whole bunch of like sliding. So maybe these maps should all be about something where we put in these sliding obstacles where you have to jump up and then slide through an obstacle. We call something like this, watch your head. The problem with these cavern levels with collection missions is I'm not really sure how the hell to get, there's not much space to work with, right? And we can do some small things, but I'm not sure what a theme would be. Hmm. I probably shouldn't make any levels, any collection missions or anything else on the new level in case Adam changes stuff. Hmm. We could just have a back and forth sort of thing. So that it's pretty much just, we might have a over under sort of thing going on where it's just you run along the bottom. And then we've got some sort of track going on that you kind of run along on the top. So something like that where kind of the real path is to kind of go up above and probably change paths. This is probably not the best thing, but it'd be like a back and forth where you have to switch between the top and the bottom. And when you get to the other side, it spawns all the rest of these things that are on the opposite side of it. And then we just have like some obstacles or some shit for you to get through. So something simple like that might work. And we're just not going to use this level, so let's not have it on there. Alright, well, the theme with the forest level is lots and lots of running. So, what would it be? Some sort of timed obstacle course, I think, would be good. Some sort of like stop and go sort of thing where we literally have like these big ass blue time barriers to the entire thing. And if you take it at the right speed, you'll you'll get through. So what do we call it? We call it like red light, green light. And then we have some stuff in here that pretty much maybe we could have some red barriers. Yeah, so these things are basically like maybe mini challenges. Like you have to get all the things in that area in a certain amount of time, and then the next area opens up. Otherwise, yeah, it's kind of like in episode 1, right, where you've got those big force fields that are coming up in the power station, right? So we'd have maybe like other time platforms, and basically, if you can complete this in a certain amount of time, you can go on to the next. You want to complete all of these challenges in one cycle to get through with the perfect score. Otherwise, you got to wait for the next cycle. You know, stuff like that. That's impossible. All right, stuff like that. And let's make some that's just a straight run. It's like, all right, got to go maximum speed through this area and out the top. It's like bam, bam, you know. And maybe we just got stuff here littered. All right, so this is not the right speed gets through. This is something else. This is not red light, green light. This is like segments or something. I do like the idea, though, of having a level that is kind of you take it at the right pace and you'll get through. Oh, maybe you have to. Yeah, it's like a wave of opening and closing doors as you go. It's like real clear. You know, it's like 100 doors. Hello, Sinocron. So you just have to run straight through the damn thing at the fast speed to get there, and if you don't, you just get stuck. And then we have like some obstacles that you have to go over and under and everything. Could work. What's new? I'm just coming up with some different collection mission level design stuff. So I come with a whole bunch of ideas, go make them, and then see how fun they are and that sort of thing. All right, let's think of other stuff too. So, what would be an interesting jumping thing to do? Would be to jump through gaps, maybe? We could get you get these running jumps to jump at the right height to get through something. Sorry about that. Yeah, so okay, so this could be like you jump through it, there's a long thing, and then you've got to basically pick the right spot to jump through, and you'll go through just right. But having like some sort of thing in there where you have to like do a jump just right, and then you can like run into the wall, but you have to like crouch through it or get it at just the right spot, maybe. So like maybe kind of a long section where you have to slide as far as possible in order to make it. And if you hit it just right, you'd probably not even have to crawl or slide through it. You'd just be at that dashing running speed and go through the whole thing nicely. So something like that would be tight squeeze. Something like that would be a shitty name. All right, so I think that works for that. Should I make more on this level? Let's think. I've got the Mushroom Hall level as well. This is a real long level, so it's all about speed. Should we just have just obstacle course 1 or some shit? Another, basically a version of the, was it mission 3 or whatever? At the moment. It would be interesting actually to, instead of having a level where like you're having to go a precise direction, would be just like a bonanza level where there's a whole bunch of, just like stick random platforms in here, kind of like this, and then do kind of a Donkey Kong Country style thing where you have to collect a certain amount of these things, and your path is just like, basically you don't have to collect everything. So your path is pretty much just like run through and collect as much as possible in a certain amount of time, and maybe you've only got a certain amount of time and you need to collect a thing, so this will, let me see. Interesting to try it. Now, it would be interesting to do the training level and having like a certain number of stuff fall in certain patterns, such as I'm just let's just try something. So if we had kind of the training level, right? So if we had the training level, and basically we would have these objects fall in different patterns. So maybe we could have sets of these guys fall, and you have to collect them, and these things fall in a certain pattern, and it's collect all of them to win sort of thing. So it's an interesting idea. I'd have to go build some new objects for that to work. So be collectibles fall from the ceiling. I guess what we could have is maybe an infinite sort of spawning thing. Like collectibles fall from the ceiling. If one of them hits the ground, then the level is over. So we'd have these spawners, and they would go off in waves, so it'd be waves of spawning. So maybe they would spawn in such a way that, you'd have to, like jump up and over to get it. That would actually be interesting. And this doesn't seem nearly as tall as it probably should be. For the Mushroom Hall level. That's the wrong thing. It needs to be Forest 2. I guess it's not as tall as I have in my mind. I kind of have in my mind that this thing is like a big, tall whatever, but it's really not, is it? It's just kind of lower on the side, so it's more like it's more like that. It's like it's like a ninja mask. What kind of theme would we have for this sort of thing? I mean, we've got in the Mushroom Hall level, you run into platforms a lot. So, I mean, having basically walls that you would run into while running fast would be the. It'd basically be. If we wanted to stick to the theme, it would be kind of this over under sort of thing where you need to jump through these things and get knocked off each time. So it'd be like a gap jumping sort of thing where you need to. I could see that. and just having gaps. You know, something like that where your basic path is just these gap jumps. So you're, because that's what Mushroom Hall is all about, right? It's about not hitting the mushrooms. So it'd be interesting is if I could combine all of these different levels with collection as well as with the ball control stuff. I could see that a little bit. Alright, so what would this be? Just mind the gap or something stupid like that? So if this thing's all about running into walls, you could do something that's just real simple, such as just putting in different gaps. You know, just something real simple. Just alternate the same pattern back and forth where it's just jump over, jump, 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 jump. How would we switch it up? Maybe a long run and then a crawling section with a jump at the end of it. So it'd be something like jump, 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 run, 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 jump, clear all the way over. And we could have a really like have some stupid fucking section here. That's you gotta like go up and get the thing. We'll call it something like hurry up and wait. So we could have another thing that's basically these like like the double slit experiment. That's what we could call it. Basically have these timed platforms that are right next to each other, and you have to basically time your jump perfectly to get through both, otherwise, it doesn't work. So you like both these are on the same timing, but you'd have to get through them. So you'd have to be going with enough speed to like jump through them at maximum velocity before they close. And we could kind of spice it up by having things that you have to do. So it would be like you jump through this one, you jump through this one, you jump through this one. Then maybe you've got to jump and like go through the top of that one, and then through the bottom of this one, and then through the middle, like make these so you have to jump at full speed, otherwise you won't make it, but have the collectible such that you have to go through at the right spot as well. So it's like kind of alternate that. So you're like, okay, it's middle, middle, up, down, middle, middle, or something like that. And you gotta go through and do it. I don't know if that could be construed as an adult reference. All right, all right. So how many different levels? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, like maybe 22 different collectibles. Feisty cherry Coke? What the hell? A spicy soft drink does not sound like a good combination. I'm just gonna say that. That sounds really gross. That's like, oh man, I'm drinking this soda and oh, it's just real spicy. Oh man, this is gross. It's like spicy stuff should be like a soup or some shit, right? Not a something you can actually bite into. It's certainly strange. All right, well I'll be right back, and then I'm gonna start actually making these things. Yeah, Synachron. There was one guy who was the one and only Tim. I know he was looking for somebody who might be able to work on an HTML game, which he's got. And I know you are a student and an engineer, but it might not be something you might be interested in. But he's looking for somebody to put together kind of a web game for some social issue stuff. And if you know anybody that would be kind of an engineer sort who wants to make kind of a social issue sort of web game, and maybe wants to get paid a little bit to do it as well, let me know, and maybe we can find somebody for the one and only Tim who would fit his needs. All right, let's start. So this is going to be starting the grasslands with some of this stuff. Let's start with the simples. All right. Yeah, it just sounds gross. Like spicy. Yeah, spicy soda just makes me drink water. To wash even the idea of the taste out of my mouth. That's just not okay. Alright, so I need to make a new sub-level here. So let's go do that. How do I do that again? Add new. Okay, so I need to select the Grassland 01. Let's make these. I didn't name this thing. What? I didn't put a name on it. So what should this one be? We didn't name any of these. Or did I? I thought I named this one the Three Towers, and like it's not showing up. Fuck. Alright. This one will be... You tabbed out when I went away. Oh, the last 2 seconds, basically what I was talking about was the one and only Tim there in chat has this game idea for a society issue-based web game. And he's trying to get this game made, and he does have a budget for it. So it's basically, he's looking for a web game that would be like JavaScript, HTML, right? Pretty simple in terms of its requirements. Like, it's not like go do a bunch of graphics or something. It's more of, make just a solid sort of web game around a societal issue that he's got. And if you knew anybody that would be kind of a candidate, it wouldn't require ridiculous programming experience to actually do, because it's not like heavy C++ or something else. But he's looking for somebody to make that game. And if you know somebody who would be able to do that, maybe we could help that one and only Tim out and spreading his message. And also, get paid. Because that's also good. Alright, we'll call that one some stupid like Red in the Sky. And we'll call this one the Three Towers, because that's just stupid enough to be a good name. This one was Stairway to Heaven. There we go. This one, the Ramp. And this guy, did we have a name for that? Yeah, just the Long Run. Awesome. I mean, we wouldn't have to have like somebody who's a really good web dev, right? Like any engineer worth two shakes can figure out how to write some HTML5 thing. It's, if you know how to program C++, if somebody threw a web page in front of you and said, hey, make a button you can click on, and then make a number go up and down, and have like state that gets saved, but not like in a database, just like it has state, and then make it work on browsers. Like, we're not even talking about you wouldn't even need HTML5 and like WebGL and all that shit to make it work. You just have to be able to CSS and JavaScript and keep state going and be able to take some art assets and put them in there. So you might be able to put an ad. So I don't know if you do know somebody who fits that bill, just I don't know, drop me a line on it, and otherwise don't worry about it. Like things have a way of working out. So this guy, so running in the sky. Oh, I did have a name on it. I was just God, I'm blind. I was looking at the wrong. I was looking down here, not up here, and my brain did not even register. All right, so this will be SL collect. Let's just call it Ride Sky. Let's make the different sublevels first here. Alright, so if we go to our things, it should be initially loaded and not visible. Alright, good. Let's make another Grassland 01. So this will be SL collect 3 towers. Initially loaded, but not visible. You're swamped from school this semester. Well, that's a good thing, right? Like actually having some interesting things to do then. Hopefully, at least. Not really interesting, just a lot of work. Well, alright, I'll take that back. That sounds like it sucks, and your life is terrible, and just the worst. Alright, so this is SL collect the ramp. I need to make sure I got these things set up properly, initially loaded. Especially when you're going through with making a lot of stuff. I usually try to set up kind of the gotcha crap